I just want to take this moment to point out that this is the greatest picture I've ever taken, and this is also the greatest picture I've ever taken, and that's me and Ezra Miller, also an excellent photo. I didn't take these photos. I wish I did though, that would be cool. But yes, that is an amazing moment, and if you're wondering how I took that photo, that story will come another day, because today I must rant about how ridiculous the fandom is after this movie. I'm so done with people. Hello world. I was never really expecting to make a part 2 of why are people mad at J.K. Rowling, but here we are. The other day, I was on Twitter, and all of a sudden I noticed that everybody is mad at J.K. Rowling again. It was like, all of a sudden, she was trending, and I was like, what is she trending about? Turns out, some asshole took a quote from an interview she did on the extras of the Crimes of Grindelwald DVD, and basically, she said like a couple of sentences, but he took the middle section of those sentences and just removed it, and then smushed it together to make that quote say that Dumbledore and Grindelwald had an intense sexual relationship, which is absolutely not what she said. In fact, I will play you this clip right now of what she actually said. For the record, I can't figure out how to insert video clips into this video editing thing, but I will just play it for you from my phone.
Their relationship was incredibly intense. It was passionate, and it was a love relationship. But as happens in any relationship, gay or straight or whatever label we want to put on it, one never knows really what the other person is feeling. You can't know. You can believe you know. So I'm less interested in the sexual side, though I believe there is a sexual dimension to this relationship, than I am in the sense of the emotions they felt for each other, which ultimately is the most fascinating thing about all human relationships.
Thank you to Sylvia for that clip. Lovely. I don't know why people were so suddenly mad about that, because that came out literally a month ago, and all of a sudden people saw it and took it out of context. Instead of, watching the actual clip, just decided to read a clickbait article and go, she's done it again. I really don't understand why people are so mad. Do people seriously not realize that J.K. Rowling is a writer and all she's doing is writing? I don't get what the whole issue is here. What do you want her to do? Like, she wrote Harry Potter. She's the only person in the universe who has the right to say what happens to these characters. And I'm sorry if you started assuming a bunch of things, and because J.K. Rowling told you that no, stop assuming that that's wrong, now you're angry. You don't own these characters. You never have, and you never will. You need to realize that and stop it. People, for some reason, are super offended about the fact that J.K. Rowling is saying that it's a possibility that two men who were in love with each other might have had sexual relations, which could mean a large variety of things. That doesn't mean that they had sex every day. That could mean they just kissed. That could mean that they were, in a relationship, like a love that's what she says, a love relationship. That doesn't mean that they had sex. That doesn't mean that, and even if they did have sex, what the hell is the problem? People were complaining that Dumbledore was not gay enough in Crimes of Grindelwald, and now J.K. Rowling is saying that, oh yes, he was gay in a relationship with Grindelwald. People are angry. What do you want? It's like he's not gay enough for your standards, and then he's too gay for your standards. What do you want? And then, people will say, well, maybe he just shouldn't be gay. But then you're all going to be complaining that there's no LGBT representation. So, yeah. Nothing is going to make you happy. And the fact that nothing makes you happy probably just means that you should stop reading or watching this stuff, because clearly you have no appreciation for it. So just leave. Bye. No one wants to hear your complaints in this fandom. And it's gotten to the point now that all these idiots are on Twitter making memes, and I say that with quotes because these aren't funny to me at all. Most of them, for some reason, have to do with Dobby and Hagrid having sex, which I think says a lot about you. It's gotten to the point where PewDiePie is even commenting on this, and yes, I realize that PewDiePie has some, rough times with J.K. Rowling, but I do also want to point out that J.K. Rowling didn't necessarily look fully into the situation and found an article out of context about PewDiePie and commented on that. Now PewDiePie has found an article out of context on J.K. Rowling and is commenting on that. So he's kind of a hypocrite. Now, I don't really have anything against PewDiePie. I think he's funny. I like watching him. But, that makes him a hypocrite. And if he's gonna, and I know he wants to do, meme review, but if he wants to do meme review, at least give some context to it and don't just, point out an article that is clearly completely misinterpreted and a lie, okay? J.K. Rowling would not just go online and say, Dumbledore and Grindelwald, they would have intense sex every day. It's a kid's series. In fact, speaking of meme review, let's do some meme review right now. Literally right before I started filming this, search J.K. Rowling on Twitter and just screenshot whatever came up. So this is me reading it for the first time. And basically, the format of these memes is they will write no one and then blank, and then J.K. Rowling says this. So, J.K. Rowling, Harry and Dobby had a very sexual relationship. J.K. Rowling reveals that Hagrid was black all along. Oh my god, this whole J.K. Rowling thing is the light of my life. I'm crying, I'm laughing so hard, please, I need more of this ridiculous humor. And the image is J.K. Rowling, the Elder One was Grindelwald's anal beads. What? See, the thing is, a lot of these don't even make any sense. J.K. Rowling deciding last second that her characters were gay and trans and shit just reduces the LGBTQ community to marketing tactics. The same can be said about Overwatch. I don't know anything about Overwatch, but take credit for being forward-thinking 10 years later. Annoying. Now, first of all, I'm part of the LGBTQ community, so let me just say that. Because everyone would be like, well, if you're straight, you shouldn't be commenting on her representation. No, I'm bisexual. I have the right to comment on this stuff. Nobody in the Harry Potter series, she never said that anyone in the Harry Potter series was trans. So we'll take that part off. Deciding last second that her characters were gay. That's another argument they keep having. That her characters were not gay in the books. She's only said 2 characters were gay in the entire series that we know of. Dumbledore and Grindelwald. So I did some research into this and found the parts in the books where their relationship is discussed. Because it seems like nobody wants to do that. They just want to assume that because Dumbledore didn't say to Harry, me and Grindelwald were in love with each other, that he's not gay. What, do you want her to flat out write Dumbledore was gay? So here's some quotes from the book that I will now be reading to you that I also took pictures of. And I won't get the actual book because I'm using it as a stand for this camera right now. This is a letter that Dumbledore wrote to Grindelwald. And from this it follows that where we meet resistance, we must use only the force that is necessary, no more. This was your mistake at Durmstrang, but I do not complain, because if you had not been expelled, we would have never met. This is Aberforth talking about Dumbledore and Grindelwald's relationship. But he did all right for a few weeks, till he came. Grindelwald. At last, my brother had an equal to talk to, someone just as bright and talented as he was, and looking after Ariana took a backseat then, while they were hatching all their plans for a new wizarding order and looking for Hallows and whatever else it was they were so interested in. Grand plans for the benefit of all wizard kind. If one young girl got neglected, what did that matter when Albus was working for the greater good? Yeah, pay attention to the line, whatever else it was that they were so interested in. Because if they were really in a relationship, do you think anyone else would know about it? This is a quote from Rita Skeeter's book on Dumbledore's life. However, There can be no doubt that Dumbledore delayed, for some 5 years of turmoil, fatalities, and disappearances, his attack upon Gellert Grindelwald. Was it lingering affection for the man, or fear of exposure as his once best friend that caused Dumbledore to hesitate? Was it only reluctantly that Dumbledore set out to capture the man that he was once so delighted he had met? Even Rita Skeeter gets this vibe that they had affection for each other. And this is a quote from Dumbledore himself. And then, of course, he came. Dumbledore looked directly into Harry's eyes. Grindelwald, you cannot imagine how his ideas caught me, Harry, inflamed me. Muggles forced into subservience. We wizards triumphant, Grindelwald and I, the glorious young leaders of the revolution. Oh, I had a few scruples. I assuaged my conscience with empty words. It would all be for the greater good, and any harm done would be repaid 100-fold in benefits for wizards. Did I know in my heart of hearts what Gellert Grindelwald was? I think I did, but I closed my eyes. If the plans we were making came to fruition, all my dreams would come true. Let me know how that does not imply that they were in some sort of relationship. Like, love relationship, not just a friendship, but farther than that. Let me know how, if you have the knowledge that he's gay and you read that stuff, that you don't think, maybe they are implying that he's gay. It was implied. J.K. Rowling knew this the whole time. It's a huge part of the story. But the thing that's different here is that it's a huge part of Dumbledore's story, not Harry's story. It doesn't matter who Dumbledore's childhood lover was when Harry's trying to defeat Voldemort. It only comes up because after Dumbledore dies, Rita Skeeter writes a book about it. So that's the only reason Harry is ever really aware of this. And also when he sees Aberforth, who he didn't know existed till that point. But more on that later, because we need to continue reviewing these memes. It's been 11 hours, and I've heard nothing. I hope J.K. Rowling is okay. You wanna know where she is? She's not on Twitter anymore. Because of all of you. So if you really want her to respond to your stupid comments, maybe stop making them. J.K. Rowling, Harry cummed. That says combed. You spelled cummed wrong. Harry cummed on the goblet of fire and gave his cum to Cedric to drink. That's disturbing, and also, why? Maybe J.K. Rowling chose to go by J.K. because she's just kidding about having gay representation in her books. I just read you 4 damn quotes from Deathly Hallows, so... And also, no, J.K. stands for Joanne Kathleen, because Joanne's her real name, and Kathleen is her grandmother's name, I think. And she didn't have a middle name, so she went with that. Fun facts that you all probably don't know because you're not real Potterheads. J.K. Rowling, Sorting Hat, is a butch lesbian. That doesn't make any sense. J.K. Rowling confirmed Voldemort was a registered sex offender, and as such wasn't allowed anywhere near a school, so he attacked at the end of the school year. Again, what? Voldemort literally cannot feel love. That doesn't make any sense. You know, he has no sexual desires. Did you even read the books? Do you have any knowledge of the Wizarding World at all? Because if you did, you wouldn't be writing this bullshit. Hey, Rowling, Hagrid's real name was Shagrid, because he was such a mad shagger. Again, what's with everyone obsessing over Hagrid's sexual life? Being gay isn't a choice. It's an involuntary thing that happens when J.K. Rowling decides it's time for you to be. Yeah, for some reason all of a sudden people think J.K. Rowling is determining when they're gay. Which is, like, what? Where do people even come up with this shit? It's just... what? Being a Harry Potter fan and ignoring everything J.K. Rowling says so you can continue to enjoy the series. Hey, can I tell you a secret? You're not a Harry Potter fan. J.K. Rowling, Squidward gay too, LMAO. What? She didn't write SpongeBob? When I die, tell J.K. Rowling to tell my parents I was gay the whole time. I'm sure she'd be more than happy to. J.K. Rowling, Hitler was a squib. What? Mueller, here's my report. J.K. Rowling, Dumbledore filmed the P-tape. I don't get involved in American politics, so I don't know what the hell that really means, but... Rowling, the sock Harry Potter gives Dobby is actually his cum sock. Why would he be wearing it then? Fluffy the three-headed dog also had a three-headed knob. You know Fluffy the three-headed dog is based on Greek mythology, so if you want to say that, maybe you should ask the inventor of Greek mythology if that's accurate. Harry Potter characters. J.K. Rowling. She's making all of them gay? She said 2 characters were gay. 2. Still more canon than whatever J.K. Rowling says next, and it's a video of... It's the mysterious ticking noise video, which apparently is more canon than anything J.K. Rowling writes, even though she is the writer and invented the story, and that video would not exist without her. J.K. Rowling. Hermione's Patronus was a butt plug. What is all of you with, like sex toys and, like... That doesn't even make any sense, because Patronuses are animals. What? I mean, like, seriously, did you read the books? That's, like, a pretty important detail there. And as far as I know, butt plugs are not animals. Thanks, J.K. Rowling. Harry actually caused the Cuban Missile Crisis. He was Fidel Castro's mom. Harry's a dude. He would be his dad. This is how stupid these people really are. The Philosopher's Stone was once a part of an anal bead set. Okay, like, what is with all of you and anal toys? Like, you all have some sort of weird fetish, I swear. J.K. Rowling, your silence on the size of Hagrid's dick is deafening. Why do you want to know the size of Hagrid's dick? J.K. Rowling, how do you do, gays? I mean, if she was talking to a group of gay people, she might say that, but... What? Even Denny's got involved! J.K. Rowling, Dumbledore's Patronus is actually a stack of pancakes. Now, they're promoting the restaurant, okay, but... Again, Patronuses are animals. J.K. Rowling. And this one is a photo of a truck that says Trans Harry. No, creative, but why? You could write something like, maybe there's something Harry hasn't been telling us, but don't make it a meme about J.K. Rowling, the creator of the damn series that you claim to love so much. J.K. Rowling. I'm writing a new Harry Potter book. Me, young, naive, innocent. Wow, my favorite series is gonna get more content. 2019. J.K. Rowling. Dumbledore had his rip removed so he could suck his own dick. Me. And there's a dog holding a knife. Yeah, that doesn't... Unless she actually said that, which she didn't, that is just pure stupid. Just for the record, here are some more screenshots that I took when I searched J.K. Rowling on YouTube, and I will read you some of these. J.K. Rowling and Authorial Intent. Crimes of Grindelwald. Death by author. For some reason they have a picture of Johnny Depp with J.K. carved into his forehead. Someone stop J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling in a nutshell. Things absolutely no one asked for. J.K. Rowling needs to stop with Harry Potter. A video essay. J.K. Rowling memes. J.K. Rowling versus the world. J.K. Rowling these days. And this video has 3 million views. Harry Potter fans react to J.K. Rowling's big reveal. Entertainment tonight. J.K. Rowling, I am confused. So am I, actually. Stephen Colbert. Meanwhile, J.K. Rowling shares unwanted details. Even late-night hosts are getting in on this. Seamus Gordon, who's a Harry Potter YouTuber, and also makes, like, Pixar videos, and I like his videos. But still, J.K. Rowling's decline from the perspective of a Harry Potter fan. You know what? This video is from the perspective of an actual Harry Potter fan. In defense of Harry Potter, not J.K. Rowling. That's all the things that I actually had the energy to look up without going mentally insane. I just don't understand it. Like, can someone please, in a logical way, explain this to me? Because I literally can't understand it. And the real question I want to ask all of you is, everybody likes to say that, oh, well, Dumbledore's love life's not in the books, therefore he's not gay, and J.K. Rowling just made it up afterwards. None of the professors in Harry Potter had love stories in the books, except for Snape, Lupin, and Hagrid. And the reason was because, guess what? Let me tell you a secret. They were relevant to Harry's story. I want to ask you if McGonagall, Slughorn, Trelawney, Flitwick, I don't know, any of those professors, if, you know, the lady at the pub in, what was her name? Madame Rosmerta, or Madame Pomfrey, or Madame Pickery, or I can name any character. The freaking Minister of Magic, Cornelius Fudge, or Scrimgeour, or even Voldemort, if any of their love lives were relevant to Harry's story at all? The answer is no. And all those characters were, as far as we know, straight. So, if their love stories are not in it because it's not relevant, then why is Dumbledore's love story relevant? It's not. It's not relevant at all. Harry doesn't care, okay? Dumbledore's love story will not help him defeat Voldemort in any way, shape, or form. So, please explain to me why, because Dumbledore is gay, his love story needs to be in the book, but because McGonagall is not gay, her love story doesn't need to be in the books. It's just like you want to treat them differently, but then you also want equality. It doesn't make any sense. So that's really why I'm so freaking confused. And my camera's about to run out of storage, so I gotta wrap this video up. I could sit here, honestly, and just rant about this all day because I am so done with this crap. And I even did a survey and asked how many of these people who are complaining about J.K. Rowling consider themselves Potterheads. And it was like, I think like 500 people responded to it, but like at least 200 of them said that they were Potterheads. It was a trick question, because if you go on the internet and make fun of J.K. Rowling, you're not a Potterhead. You're just an asshole. And, maybe I'll make a part 2 of this video someday. But I actually have things to do now. Bye, people. Have wonderful days, and stop criticizing and bullying people on the internet. Thanks, bye!